Alright, hello my friends, and welcome to Post Commentary, Binding of Isaac. I mentioned something about trying to experiment with something in this part, and that was because I was able to record, but I wasn't able to talk because I actually had someone sleeping in the next room. So I just recorded this, and then decided to post-commentate it the next day, which would happen to be right now. Today is the next day. At this point I've actually already beaten the game, but I do still have to go back and post-commentate this because it has no commentary to it. And I don't even have my microphone. Do I have my microphone plugged in? I do have my microphone plugged in. There's no speakers plugged in. I mean, my headphones aren't plugged in. Which I guess shouldn't be too much of a problem. But yeah, so I did not actually beat the game in this run. Spoilers, I didn't. Almost did. And then I picked up the wrong power-up, which we will see in a second, but yeah. So, let's keep going, because I thought I had pretty good power-ups. And here's Monstro 2 again. I had some pretty good power-ups. And, you know, I was like, I could probably beat Mom like this. And I probably could have if I didn't pick up the power-up that was after this fight. So if you remember the last time we got to Mom, we picked up that power-up that looked like a sword, or actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it might be an upside-down cross. That's probably actually what it probably was. Picked up an upside-down cross and that demon room that appears every time after you beat this 5th boss. Which so far it's only been Monstro 2 for me. But the room appears every time after you beat Monstro 2. And in this run I actually picked up a terrible power-up, which I didn't know because, you know, I'd never seen it before. I was experimenting. And it turned out to pretty much screw me over. And I can't imagine how you would actually go about beating the game if you did manage to pick that up. And you'll see why once I do pick it up. But yeah, we're making quick work of Monstro 2. Haven't taken a hit so far, I think. Yeah, he's gotten a lot easier for me compared to the first time I fought him. I just took 1 hit for half a heart. Not a big deal. Yeah, I used to have a lot of trouble with him, and then now it's not a big deal. So he's already dead. Get a health power up as well as a blue heart. So blue heart. So see, I have like 10 hearts possibly. Also, I unlocked Maggie by collecting more than 7 heart containers in one playthrough. Now I went ahead and picked up this dead cat. Gives you 9 lives. That sounds cool, right? Well, it drops you down to 1 heart. That's right, it drops you down to 1 heart. It's that ridiculous. So, you do have 9 lives, which means every time you die, you can respawn with 1 heart. You don't get your blue hearts, your soul hearts back. You just respawn with your original red heart, which is stuck at 1. Unless you manage to find a health upgrade in the depth 2, but then you would be stuck at 2 hearts, which isn't much better at all. So pretty much that power screws you over because, I mean, you can be good at this game, you can go through, I can see how you can go through, you know, almost all of this game without taking a hit. If you know, some luck, some skill, some power-ups. But the last boss, Mom, is the only part where I can't imagine that you're able to get through without taking a hit. Because there's no indication as to when she's actually going to make some of her attacks. For example, I'm just thinking of the hand that comes out of the door occasionally. The big fat hand. There's no indication that she's going to stick her hand through the door. You know, you can see the foot because she's going to, you know, the shadow's going to come down. And you can see, you know, the monsters coming because the eyeballs and the other skin spawns them. But for the hand, you just can't see it coming. So if you're standing next to a door, you can't avoid it because you don't know it's going to be there. It's the only thing I can imagine, or the only way I could imagine you being able to get through this game without taking a hit would be to have super good power-ups and having a little bit of invincibility, for example, the Book of Shadows or the My Little Pony thing. Here's Balls of Steel. There's Balls of Steel. So it is unfortunate that we picked up that 1 power, because if I didn't pick up the dead cat, I would have been good to go for this run. I would have been good to go. But unfortunately, I was not. But alas, in the next run, we do, spoilers twice, 2 times the spoilers, we do beat the game in the next run. So, you know, stay tuned for that. It's not too far away. It is not too far away, so don't even worry. Also, spike traps. A little bit of a pain. A little bit of a pain, but yeah, I mean, look, I have 6 hearts. I could probably kill Mom if I had. Oh yeah, I forgot about Pride. Had we fought Pride before at this point? I can't remember. But if we hadn't, Pride is... I think we have fought Pride before, but just in case, I'm going to explain what he does. He does that X-shaped supersonic ray kind of deal occasionally, and then he also just spawns bombs across the room at random, and then that's about all he does. He's pretty ridiculously easy, as are most of the other 7 sins, who I have now beaten all 7 of, actually. Yes, all 7 of them are very, very easy. Probably the hardest one would be whichever one it is. Oh, Sloth. Yeah, I think Sloth is the hardest one. The hardest one I came across. But I'm going to go ahead and skip that battle room, because I want to save all my hearts for Mother Dear. Dear old Mum. Mother! I should just talk in a Prince Charming voice the whole time. Mother, this ogre came. He wrecked my play. You should punish him. Oh, yes, yes, dear. Yes, yes. Mummy will handle it. Mummy will handle it. I love Shrek 2. Shrek 2, you guys, that's one of my favorite, like, you know, lighthearted movies. It's just really funny, in my opinion. You may hate it, and you know, that's your thing. But I love Shrek 2. I think it's hilarious. The third and the fourth, eh. First one, also eh, but a little bitter, eh. And the second one is just gold. The second one's hilarious. At least I think so. And here we got the bubble geckos from, or a Freudian style, I guess, of the bubble geckos from Legend of Zelda, which you will find in Majora's Mask as well as Twilight Princess. And here's these guys are seriously the worst enemies in the game. I think I've come to that conclusion that they are the single most annoying enemies in the game, because you're like, oh, one of them disappeared, maybe I killed them. Just kidding, it's jumping. It just used the jump command like Mog or Kane or whoever the hell it is in FF9 that uses it, the rat lady. I don't remember what her name is. I never got through FF9. I wanted to, but due to some technical difficulties I was not able to. But I was enjoying what I played of it. It was good. And I'm having trouble killing this one explodey fly. See, they've already cut my health down quite a bit. You know, go ahead and buy that blue heart, I suppose. Although I think that remote would have... I don't think that was a teleporter, I think it was a different one, but... Whatever, so now I have 4 hearts. See... If I hadn't wasted all my hearts, I would literally have 10 hearts right now. I think. Actually, I might have about 8, but... Or at least 9. At least 9 hearts at this point. But, alas, I did not know that that cat would cut... Because below it lists the price as 2 hearts. So I'm like, oh, this is only going to cost 2 hearts. That's cool because I have like 12. So I buy it and it's like, lol, no, you only get 1 heart. And then I cried. But, yeah. the time I did beat Isaac's mother next run, you'll see, it was... due to my power-ups, it was like the easiest thing in the world. It's the easiest thing in the world. And I think I took I think I took 1.5 hearts damage total. It was just hilarious because of how buffed up I was. But as you can see, here's the problem. It's going to start right here. See, I've run out of health, and then I used the life there. So I can come back in. However, I only have 1 heart remaining. So, you get to try this fight 8 times with 1 heart. And, of course, that's not going to end well at all. Because the enemies do half a heart on average. That hand does a whole heart. The foot does a whole heart. I don't even know what hit me there, honestly. So this just becomes a repetitive death cycle because I can't do anything. So maybe if you have like super power-ups. Well, but then yeah, I can't imagine why the dead cat would be useful at all. I would prefer having 12 hearts over having 1 heart 8 times, or 1 heart 9 times. I mean, that's just terrible. Fight, because, like I said, there's no indication as to when that hand's going to come out. Like the eyeballs and the skin and the foot, they all have indications. However, that hand, also, I just wasn't paying attention there. I mean, I was paying attention, but to the wrong things. So it's just difficult. So this run does end up being a failure, unfortunately. See, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, like that. See. I walked right as I walked in front of the door. The hand pops out. Like how? There is no indication as to that coming out. So how am I supposed to dodge that? Like I can appreciate a hard game, but hard for the right reasons. Hard where you have the chance to actually succeed. Where you have warning, even if it's a very slight one, to dodge a certain attack if you're trying to go for a flawless run. But then in this game, or in games like this, you put in random attacks that have no indication that you can't avoid. Or at least it would be extremely up to luck if you were able to avoid it. But that's not up to you. That's not up to you because, you know, it's a programmer thing. So, whatever. This is how the next minute goes. It's just me dying over and over and over. Because I only have 1 heart and that power-up is terrible. Yep, see, I don't think I even got hit there, honestly. I didn't think I even got hit there, but I guess it doesn't even matter. That leg is just so disgusting. Seriously. It's just so disgusting. It's pretty terrible. It's pretty terrible. Oh, that's about all I have to say for now. As you can see, I've got 1 life left. This is my last life. And that's about it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the set. I'll see you in the next one, which is indeed the final one. So, you know, be prepared. That's all I can say. Be prepared.